Hello and welcome to Whiskey and Wargaming. Today we're going to play match 2 in our Crusade mission's Plague Purge. Last time we saw the Dark Eldar score a decisive victory. Not only did they win the mission, scoring 2 points for the victory points, they also got a Warlord kill and a 75-point kill, and the All Legenders achieved, scoring an extra 3 points for that, whereas the Tyranids only scored 1 point for scoring all the agendas. So we'll see how the match goes today. The first thing we're going to do is roll for our mission for today. If you'd like to do the honours, Owen.
Go 2.
So that is Survivors of a Fallout. Basically in this mission there's been an orbital bombardment, and there's an area in the middle of a board where if you're hit by a range attack while you're in the middle of a board, you +1 to the attack's wounds, so we've really got to stay out of that way. There's 5 objectives on this, and you score 4 points for each objective that you control at the end of each battle round, so each player does that. And it's also a sweep and clear, so that means even if you don't have any models in range of that objective marker, if you controlled it at the beginning of your command phase, you're still in control of it until it's taken off you. So we'll go ahead and muster our armies and do our deployment, and we'll see you back after that.
So for Druhkari's deployment, I've placed my 2 raiders down. All my units are actually in the raiders. Raider 1 has a unit or 2 units of witches with the succubus, and Raider 2 is the Archon with the Cabalite warriors. For the combat drugs, my succubus have kind of rolled quite good again today. They got the +1 strength and +1 toughness on witches 1, and then on witches 2 they got their +1 attack and +1 ballistic skills. So Funny might start hitting some stuff with those grenades. Succubus is armed as always with a triptych whip, and yeah, Blood Dancer is her warlord trait, and Archon is got Dingeon Blade still with the Ancient Evil warlord trait, so rerolling hits and wounds. Cabalite warriors are just armed with a standard 5-man unit of Cabalite warriors with a blaster.
And what's the obsession
So,
you've
how we get on? The only thing different. Say again? Oh, the obsessions. Well, I mean, for this Crusade, it's going to be always Cult of Strife and Blackheart for the Cabal.
Okay.
And the 2 raiders are both in Blackheart. So they're going to have their power from pain chart +1 for the game. So lots of turn 1 charges and advances. Or advance and charges, sorry, should I say.
Okay.
This raider, Raider 2 is a bit handicapped though. I think he got the he took a battle scar in the last game, so his gun is -1 to hit and -1 to wound, I believe. So I'll hopefully get some requisition points to fix that soon. And yeah, as you can see, I've deployed everything as far forward as possible. Patrick's put most of his army in essentially deep strikes, so yeah, I feel a little bit safer this time. I don't have to hide anything. I think right now I'm just going to be focusing on capturing points and getting everything up the board early.
For my army, I've taken a different loadout this time. The thinking behind it was that with so many objectives on the map here, and him with his witches and lots of movement, I'm going to struggle actually winning on points on this. So it was a bit more of an idea of trying to make use of the Exocrine and him being able to do a bit of damage. We've both actually taken the priority targets agenda, which means we get 2 experience points for each monster or vehicle we destroy. So if I destroy both of his raiders, I'm going to get 4 experience points for that. Obviously 2 on each unit that kills it. And if he kills either my Exocrine or my Tyrannocyte, he's going to get 2 experience points for the units that killed it. So what I have taken is I've taken a unit of Hormagaunts there on the board, Maneurothrope, who is my warlord. He is again a little bit disabled because he is can't use any stratagems on him. That's the battle scar I took last time. But I also got a battle honor on him, which means that I start the game with an extra 2 command points. So I would be starting with 3. I get an extra 2 command points taking me to 5. But because of the difference as well in the Crusade points that we've got, I actually get an extra 1 as well. So I'm going to be starting on 6 command points, which puts me in quite a healthy position. As you see, I've taken the exocrine and the new unit I've added to it, which is the Tyrannocyte. Now, essentially what this is a drop pod, but it can't drop in on the first turn. And the exocrine can go inside the drop pod, the Tyrannocyte. So I'll be dropping that down and the exocrine will be getting straight out. I've also put into Deep Strike the Ripper Swarms and the Lictor, leaving the only thing on the board is the Hormagaunts and the Neurophrope. I debated about where to put them. I decided eventually to put them behind the Obscuring so he can't just stand where he is and shoot me. But on the other hand, because this is a sweep and clear mission, it means that if you hold a point on your objective, on your command phase, you actually hold that point until it's taken off you. So he's going to be holding the 5 on his command phase in the beginning, whereas I am not. So it could really play against me in terms of the points here, but I couldn't see any other way of doing it. You'll see in the game that Owen's going to be using these blood tokens to mark the objective points that he controls, and I will be using these brain tokens. So let's go ahead and roll to see who's starting the game.
I got a 4.
And I got a 5, so I will be starting. Not sure whether this is actually what I want. But such as it is, good luck, and we'll see you back after the first movement. Back after the Tyranids movement of turn 1. Very boring movement. All I did was just move his Hormagaunts slightly up here. I did debate moving them up to this point to score 4 points, but I decided it was a suicide mission, and all I would be doing is just giving the Raider just complete free shots on everything inside it. As it is at the moment, he's going to potentially get 1 or 2 shots off it and be able to charge, but apart from that, it's going to seriously limit his firepower by me staying there. So, that being said, there's nothing that I can actually shoot at the moment, nor is there anything for the psychic power from the Neurophrope. So, that's all that's going to happen on my turn, and I'm just going to go straight over to your turn.
As you can see, Patrick's left me with all the decisions to make. I'm going to have to decide now if I focus on the points or trying to get up the board, because turn 2, I'm going to start seeing all these things come down. Now, I haven't actually seen the Tyranids. I don't think you. What you call that?
Tyrannocyte, yeah.
Tyrannocyte. I haven't seen this in action yet, so I don't really know what it's capable of. I feel like it's like a giant transport.
It is. It's actually got quite a lot of shots on it, but it's only hitting on 5s.
Hitting on 5s.
It's got 5 Death Splitter cannons on it, which fire 3 shots out each. It's got 5 of them. So it is, 15 shots coming from it, but hitting on weapon skill of 5, ballistic skill of 5, it's just not very powerful.
No, but it's still, and a lightning fast might kind of neutralize that.
It's the exocrine inside it that's the issue.
Exocrine, of course, yeah.
But in your command phase, you're actually going to be holding this point here, so you do control that now until I take it off you, or if I ever do take it off you.
Which is nice, because it gives me the freedom to move around, and I can leave that point, obviously, unless you drop on top of it.
It does. So we'll come back after the Druhkari's movement phase.
So end of movement phase for Druhkari. I've taken out some of the units from my first Raider that I've advanced up the field, and put those Cavalry Warriors over here to just hold this point, and also getting the benefits of light cover. The second Raider, I've pushed up to the top of the map to take this point as well, and taken out 1 unit of the Witches to take the center point also. And yeah, so I think the main action is going to happen here with Raider 2, which is basically has advanced up the field with a stratagem to give it an 8 advance, and now hopes to charge into the Hormagaunts to tie them up. So going into the shooting phase, only one thing to shoot, and it will just be one Dark Lance into the Hormagaunt.
Yeah, we have already measured this, and from the back of this we can get an angle around this obscuring into this Hormagaunt here.
So hitting on a 3, nice hits. Wounding on a 2, wounds. It's one dead Hormagaunt.
Yep, certainly is. I'll take out the Hormagaunt that, yeah, you damaged.
So that's it for the shooting phase. I'm going to jump right into the charge phase. Only thing charging at the moment is going to be the Raider into the Hormagaunts also.
Yeah, and he just needs to charge to the wall, right? Because stood.
Yeah,
Just
because they're
behind it.
touching the wall, they'll be within that inch, so I'll still be in engagement range.
Yep.
So going to charge and see what I get. Oh yeah, and with 9 inches, I've plenty of movement.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so going into the fight phase, only thing fighting is going to be the Raider. It does have 6 attacks though.
Okay. Do your worst.
So hitting on 4s. Oh, nice. Probably wounding on 2s. Oof. Not good. 3 1s.
Okay, what's the AP on this?
-1 AP.
Okay, so yeah, I can't save it because my save is 6 up, so 2 of them die.
You're very unlucky there now. Getting 3 1s.
But I will get to hit back, which is a good thing.
Yep.
Just making sure I'm sticking in lookout sir range here. So yeah, I'm just going to have to just shuffle these around a little bit for the pile-in to be able to get the 1/2 inch. In fact, am I 1/2 inch here? It's hard to see with this wall, but don't think so. But if I'm moving closer to the wall, then I would say he's going to be in 1/2 inch range there. Yep, he is. So then I just need to move them all so they're touching the wall. And then I'm going to be able to get the 1/2 inch of 1/2 inch. Would you agree with that?
That's fine.
Cool. Okay, so they're going to be getting 2 attacks each, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them left. So I'm going to be getting 14 attacks with them. I will be re-rolling 1s because of their Scything Talon. Yep. So 14 attacks.
And what do they hit on?
They're hitting on 4s. Shall I roll?
Yep, go for it.
And re-rolling the 1s. Okay.
It's considering lightning fast.
Yeah, it's probably not worth it because my strength is only 3. What is your toughness?
Strength toughness is 6.
6. So then I'm going to be wounding on 6s anyway. So only 1 wound. There's no AP on it. And just
Saves it.
Yeah. I was even debating getting them to fight again because I've got lots of CP, but I really don't think it's worth it.
No, not after that performance.
No.
1 wound.
So at the end of this battle round, we will be scoring points. And you are going to be getting the full 18 points where I get nothing. So if you'd like to put that on your victory points, and then we'll go over to my second turn. So at the start of my command phase, because I'm actually not holding any points at all, I'm not going to be able to put any markers on them to say I'm holding them permanently. He has them all. So I'm going to have to get him off some of these, otherwise it's going to be game, set and match. So I'll see you back at the end of my movement phase. So you join us back at the end of Tyranids' turn 2 movement phase. So I've fallen back with these Hormagaunts to try and steal this point because I have got objectives secured. The Neurothrope just come out behind him. I have dropped down the Ripper Swarms onto this point here, meaning that he doesn't permanently control that at this moment, and also giving them some light cover from behind this building here, obviously obscuring as well. And then the big one is I've dropped down the Tyrannocyte just here, and the Exocrine, he's actually will be getting the benefit of dense cover as well, although the Tyrannocyte probably won't. So the shooting is going to be really important for this, for my agendas as well. So we'll go into the psychic phase now. And obviously I've only got one Psyker on the board and it's a Neurothrope. So I'm going to just start with a Smite into the Raider there. It doesn't go off, but I do get to reroll once, so there's a good chance that it will now. Yep, so it does go off now, but it's only D3 mortal wound, so I shall go ahead and roll that. For 1 mortal wound. Well, that was just destined not to happen. I'm also going to do the horror on the same Raider. So that is -1 to move. -1 to move, -1 to shooting and to leadership. Did we decide that stratagems affect the guys inside or not? Well, it's not a stratagem, it's a power, isn't it?
Yeah, so it would affect them as well. They would have -1 leadership and they would have -1 to shooting.
Shooter. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't mention as well, I use a stratagem.
Only until they get out of the Raider, though.
Sure. I use a stratagem on the Ripper Swarm when I drop them down, which means as long as they remain stationary, they're actually -1 to hit. -1 to be hit. So I'm going to move swiftly into the shooting phase. Sorry, this is going to be the important thing. I've only got 2 units that are going to be able to shoot, and that's the Exocrine, that's a Tyrannocyte. I am going to play the stratagem with the Exocrine to say that he hasn't moved. Because when you drop down, obviously it counts as a normal movement. So now he hasn't moved, so he's going to get double his attacks, his shooting. And I am going to start with the Exocrine. I do get some shots.
I'm also going to do Agents of Vect, so now when you ever do that stratagem again, it'll be 2 CP.
Okay. I've got plenty of it to go round at the moment.
Plenty of it, yeah.
So yeah, I'm going to be getting... I do get to shoot twice rather than actually getting double shots, so I will shoot them individually just in case I blow it up on the first one.
Yeah, I am going to do lightning fast as well.
Okay. So that is going to mean that he gets a +1 to his shooting if he hasn't moved. So he's going to go back to his normal shooting now of 4. Because I've got the Kronos Hive Detachment, I actually get to reroll 1s as well. So let's see what we get from this. Okay, and re-rolling the 1. Roll it into a 1, of course. Now, it is a strength 7 weapon against your 6. So I'm going to be hitting on wounding on freeze with this. Okay, so 3 of them do wound.
Oof, says one of them. Takes 2.
And it's 2 damage each, so that's 8 damage done so far. I will be obviously shooting with him again.
6 damage, I think you meant. Or 4 damage.
4 damage, sorry, not 8 damage.
4
yes,
damage,
absolutely. Yep. I apologise. So going into his second shooting then, obviously the same target. Really would like to blow this up with this weapon. And just the same again, so it's because of a lightning fast is still active, it's going to be hitting on 4s but re-rolling the 1s, which is actually quite positive. Okay, just got an extra 1 out of that. Yeah, okay. Wounding on freeze. All of them wound.
Oof, very nice. So I really need to make these.
Oh, and
wow.
do.
I do. Takes
So
2 damage.
Just another 2 damage. Yeah, that wasn't what I was looking for. I really wanted to blow this up right now with the Exocrine and then be able to shoot the other weapons at the witches that get out with the Tyrannocytes. So this is really going to cause me some problems here. But either way, I'm going to be firing the Tyrannocyte into the same unit then. I don't expect this to do too much because he's going to be hitting on a 6. But he does get 5 times 3, so I'm going to get 15 shots, but hitting on a 6. I do get to oh no, he has counted as moved, so no, he doesn't even get to re-roll the 1s. So, needing 6s. I get 1. And let's have a look at the strength on this. It's only strength 5, so it's going to be a 5 to wound. Doesn't get it. Well,
No, lucky. Oof.
My plans have
Thought I was going to
kind
say
of gone
goodbye
out
to
of the
that raider.
window a little bit. Yeah, so did I. Now that's caused me a massive problem. Because he's now out in the open. Yeah, I don't feel this is going to go so well for me anymore. Or at all. I go into the charging. I'm not going to be charging unless... Yeah, maybe it's worth charging in with the exocrine just to try and... I did put him a bit further back as I didn't intend to be shooting. I could always charge him with a Tyrannocyte, I suppose. D6 attacks. Strength for 5. Hitting on 5s. It may be a good idea to actually charge him with that Tyrannocyte to try and make it so you have to fall back. I'm going to try it. Do you want to overwatch the Tyrannocyte?
No, not worth it. For the one shot.
And it's going to be a 10 inch charge. Just debating whether to charge with the exocrine as well. The exocrine can do a fair bit in close combat, but that's not what I want to be doing with him really. Although he can shoot in close combat too, so maybe it is an idea. How many attacks does he get? He only gets 3 attacks, but at least I'm tying you up. Yeah, I'm going to try and charge with both of them. I'm going to start with a Tyrannocyte, see if I get in with that. With 7, so no, he needed 10. And I believe it's 10 with the exocrine as well. Do you want to overwatch the exocrine?
No, I'm okay. He's moving through dense... Oh no, it's not difficult terrain,
Nope.
is it?
I failed it anyway.
No.
By 1, I failed it. I mean, obviously I could try and re-roll it, but I don't know whether that's a good idea. Nope. I did forget to mention as well, I actually gave the Tyrannocyte an adaptive biology of giving him synapse, because I knew he was just going to be out of range of things to get the synapse, and it really can affect the exocrine, because he potentially, with the instinctive behaviour, if he's not within 24 inches of synapse unit, I subtract 1 from hit rolls shooting anything apart from the closest target. So yeah, that's why I've given the Tyrannocyte synapse. So if you take that out, then yeah, it's only for ones that's not the closest target, but still I felt it was the safest thing to give a Tyrannocyte synapse. So that's what he's got on him. I paid for it in my rota. Okay, so that's going to be the end of my turn. It's not the end of the battle round, but as it stands, I'm actually controlling this point and I'm controlling this point, but that could all change. So let's go into your command phase, and you will get to claim some of these points now.
In my command phase, we're going to be able to drop some of these blood markers down for the points that I control, which are these two, and also this one actually on the top.
Yep.
So now, yeah, I'm controlling 3 points, which is nice, because it means I can start leaving these points and moving these guys into action, and hopefully getting some shots in. So yeah, I'm gonna start my movement phase. I'll be back to you guys shortly. Back after the movement phase, and you can see that the raider has unloaded all its witches now, who've made their way up towards the exocrine, along with the succubus, and the raider himself as well is getting into range there. Down here we have the Kabalite warriors who are surrounding the Ripper swarms and trying to take this point as well. So we'll see in the charge, I might be able to take it back off the Ripper swarms. And then up on the top of the map we have our witches pushing up and leaving this point now that we don't need to stay at it any longer. And they're just getting themselves ready for a charge. And Hairy Tooth Archon is getting himself into position to fight the Warlord, which is kind of becoming a common trait now in our battles, I think.
Certainly is.
Archon v what's your guy called? The
Neurothreat.
Neurothreat. He's just yeah, the brain.
The brain, I called him. Yes.
The brain. So yeah, that's the end of the movement phase, and I am now going to go into my shooting phase. So starting the shooting, I'll start with the Archon. He's closest to the Warlord, so he's going to shoot the Warlord. See if he can get off his blaster shot.
Okay.
So he hits on a 2, which he does, and he probably wounds on a 2, which he does.
Okay, saving on a 3
So
up.
really looking for a 1 or 2.
Saves it because of his invulnerable save.
Yeah, of course. The witches are going to shoot into the Hormagaunts.
Okay.
And they are going to throw a grenade.
Just remind us what this grenade does.
Grenade is just a D6 weapon. It's a plasma grenade. -1 AP, strength 4. D6 shots though, 2. Well, yeah, and there's not 10 there, so I don't get my full shots.
You do get your free shots though.
Oh, I do get three shots though, yeah, which I'll take because it's better than a 2. They hit 2 of them and miss 1 of them.
Okay.
Wounding on 3s, so 2 wounds, -1 AP.
I can't save it. So 2 of them are dead.
And just for the splinter shots, they're hitting. Oh, they all hit. I needed those for the wounds. And 3 wounds. No AP though on these.
No AP. Okay, I get to save it on a 6 up. Which I don't make any of, so it's another 3 dead Hormagaunts.
Oh wow. I actually kind of wanted them to be closer so I could charge.
You still should be able to
making
make
that a little bit harder for me. Now down to the Kabalite Warriors. They are also going to shoot into the Ripper Swarms. Obviously they're in rapid fire range.
It is a -1 to shoot them though because of the
stratagem. Yep.
Now if I'm right in thinking they're not going to benefit from the light cover because you're within it as well.
Yes, I think that is the case.
Yep.
I think it kind of works similar to runes. If anyone knows different, let us know.
Yeah, absolutely. Please do.
So 8 shots from the splinters coming in. They hit on 3s. Wounding on 4s.
Okay, so 2 of them wound. Is there any AP on these splinters?
0 AP, no.
Okay, so saving on 6s doesn't save them, so I take 2 wounds from one of them.
And blaster misses. So,
okay.
Should have rolled that blaster first, actually. So, going into the... He is going to target your Exocrine. Now, I don't know how much damage I can really do with the Raider, because he's -1 to wound and -1 to hit. So I'm going to be hitting on a 4, I believe.
Okay.
But then
it's going to be
it's going to be +1 because of the so hitting on 5s.
Oh,
which he does.
Wow.
But wounding on 3s. No, wounding on 5s as well.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, which he does.
That's pretty amazing.
-4 AP.
-4 AP, then I have no... Oh, I do have an invulnerable save because of Epidermic Symbiosis, so on a 5 I save it. Which I don't do, of course. How much damage does it do, this?
Minimum 4.
I'm going to reroll it.
Might be worth the reroll.
Yeah, it's a shot in the dark, but let's try it. No. Okay.
Okay, so D3 damage. 3. Ooh, full damage. 6 damage.
6 damage. Wow.
I am now going to shoot as well the Phantasm Grenade Launcher.
Okay.
If he's in range, that is. Yeah, 18 inches is fine.
Yep.
So again, hitting on 5s though. D3 shots. 2 shots. And one of them hits.
Okay.
Now I need to beat your leadership, which is actually brought down to 3, so it should be no problem. So 1 mortal wound.
Okay.
That reminds me, actually, I have a Phantasm Grenade Launcher on these Kabalite Warriors. I might roll that as well.
Yeah, feel free.
One shot. We know the curse of rolling things you've missed. They hit anyway.
Yep. So
No, still just one mortal wound.
It is going to kill one of them though.
So now going in with the Raider over here, he's also damaged, so he's going to be hitting on 4s, but he is within the terrain, so he's not going to get the minus. So he's hitting on a standard 4. I'll start with the mortal wound weapon, the Phantasm Grenade Launcher. So see how many shots he gets? He gets 1 shot. Does he hit? He hits on a 4, yes he does. So again, only having to get above a 3, which he does. So 1 more mortal wound.
Okay. Down to 4.
And now he's going to shoot his larger weapon, which is the Dark Lance. So this one is just bracketed because you wounded it, but the weapon itself is wounding on 4s. So it hits. Does not wound. I might re-roll that.
Okay. I'm going to Agents of
that guy
it.
killed. Yeah.
I'll try.
I wish. Yeah, it wounds.
Okay.
So.
That's, what did you say the AP was on this?
It's -4, so it's straight your invul.
Which he fails, so it's minimum
so
of 4,
he is
is
dead.
it?
Yeah, it would be minimum of 4.
Well, let's see if he lashes out. Which he doesn't. So, dead exocrine. This is not looking good at all, even for my agendas. I think this is a done deal.
Yeah, actually, because you need to get the kill on the Raider. It might be worth me keeping that Raider alive.
Tyrannosaur's very unlikely to do it.
So, I think from there I will use my witches. They're going to shoot into the Tyrannoside.
Yep. It will be
They've
a
got
-1 again because you're going through the dens. Unless
the
you can
toughness
get
is 6, so
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so. And they're not within the inch, so they will be -1 to hit. So all of my witches here are -1 to hit. So hitting on 4s, I will throw the grenade in first. 1 shot, hits on a 4, hits, wounds probably on a 5, no wound.
Okay.
The rest of the splinter pistols, hitting on 4s, all miss. So no more shooting on that side of the map, no more shooting from this Raider. Archon is shot, witches have shot, so that was a very successful shooting round, and I'm going to just move on now into the charge phase quickly. In the charge phase, I pushed up my witches, got them into the Hormagaunts. I've also charged the Raider into the Hormagaunts as well. My Archon has got himself into combat with the Warlord. Our Raider over here has also charged into the Tyrant. He took an Overwatch from him, but there was only 1 hit, I think, and I don't think it wounded. So with that, I was able to push my witches in freely without any fear of getting shot. So yeah, essentially everything on the map now is in combat. So I'm going to have to start with my witches because they all have the fight first ability. So I'm going to go straight into the combat phase from here. And because it doesn't make too much of a difference, I'm going to just fight with these witches first. Actually, sorry. You can interrupt.
Not on the first one.
On the second one though. So I might do as much damage to this guy here. The Tyrannocyte.
Tyrannocyte.
Tyrannocyte. I'm going to try to do as much damage as I can to the Tyrannocyte with my succubus. Now, as he's not a vehicle, I will be wounding on 2s with the poison. And she's got +1 attack. So 10 attacks in total. 6s do double. Hitting on 2s. Not double, they do 2 more each, sorry. Wounding on 2s. And they're -3 each.
Okay, I think it's probably going to give me no save. -3. So no, my save is 4 up. Just checking I haven't got any invulnerable. I haven't, no. So how many wounds, sorry?
2 damage each.
And you were, which ones are the wounds? What were you wounding on?
2 because of poison.
Okay. 2 damage each. Yeah, that's going to kill him. Does he blow up? So it's on a 6. Well, he doesn't blow up. Death throws. No, he doesn't. This is not looking good for the Tyranids.
No, not looking good at all. That triptych whip, I feel like that might get nerfed. With the 2 up is incredible.
It is.
If they even took away its AP, it wouldn't be as powerful. But having a 2 up like that is crazy.
But then again, you do pay for it as a relic, you know, and
I do pay for it as a relic, but on a unit that only costs 60 points, it's very powerful. And I suppose if we weren't playing Crusade, I'd only have one. Well, you can take more than one relic, I suppose, in match play as well.
yeah,
You just have
using
to use stratagems
points,
for it. But yeah, like you can really beef her up, but of course she can get killed quite easily too. With a toughness of 3 and a lot of shots out of combat, she can get absolutely smashed. So that's going to be all the action over on that side of the map. I'm going to just go in with the witches over here into the Homagons. These witches have some combat drive. They have +1 attack. Well, that's what's going to affect them for now. So it'll be 25 attacks then with their +1 attack. Probably wounding on 4s.
And what's the AP on it?
-1 AP. 6s are -2 AP.
So I can't save it, so they are dead.
And lastly, going in. Oh,
there's no point in me
yes.
interrupting here.
I don't think so. For the potential to do one mortal or 1 wound.
Yeah, potentially. I could be interrupting with the Ripper Swarms, but they only hit on a 5.
It's hard to say because at the end of this round, I think it's going to be a done deal regardless.
Yeah, I do. So, yeah, go ahead.
So I'll just roll for the Archon up first because he's up here. And we're on this side of the map. He does get 7 attacks with the Stinging Blade. He's hitting on 2s, and he is re-rolling hits, wounds, and hits. Wounding on 4s. Oh, need the re-rolls. So 4 wounds.
Okay. 3 ups. Ooh, that's bad. How much damage does it do each?
Unfortunately, he's dead.
How much damage does it do? 3 damage each.
Or 2 damage each.
2 damage each.
No, 3 damage each. 3 damage each.
Okay,
either.
So even if I re-rolled one of these, he's still going to be dead.
I believe he doesn't get any re-rolls.
Oh, he doesn't? No, you're right, because of the battle scar that he took.
Absolutely. The battle scar he took.
Yeah, this is looking a pretty dire situation. I am going to interrupt here, because I've got the command points. I'm not going to be using them for anything else, so I am going to interrupt.
There's no more units to use them on.
Absolutely. I mean, I've still got the Lictor to drop down, and this is just what I'm going to be having to consider, but we'll talk about that in a moment. So they are getting 4 attacks each. They are hitting on 5s. So, yeah, I'm going to be getting 8 in total. Hitting on 5s. Of course. Strength of 3 against 3, is that correct? They're only 3 toughness?
Toughness 3, yep.
So,
Toughness 3.
needing 4s. Okay, they all do go through. There's no AP though.
Ooh, fails all of them.
3 of them die. Okay, so it's going to go over to you with your Cabalites.
Oh yeah, I can always just pile them in as well to get them to the point. They are going to get 4 attacks. Only hits one of them. Only probably on a 5. What's your toughness? 3 or 4? Oh yeah, wounds on a 4.
Is,
so 1
3.
wound, no AP.
Okay, so gets to save it on a 6.
Now I'm no longer in combat, so you actually save it on a 5, or in the. I'm no longer in the heavy cover, so you will save on a 5.
Okay, but I didn't get a 5. I got a 4. So I am taking 1 wound. Okay, they have already fought, so that is going to be the end of the battle round. Now, they are going to have to take some morale, I believe. A leadership 4, and they've lost 1 unit. They are not in any synapse range. I haven't got any synapse left on the board. So, yeah, leadership 4. And they've lost 1 unit.
I think my guys will be taking a leadership as well. Now, I don't know if I mentioned this before.
One of them runs away.
+1 leadership.
So one of them runs away. Now I am actually under half strength. So on a 1 or a 2, no. So the other one stays there.
Now my leadership is technically 9, so I should be fine. It's 8, but with Blackheart, my leadership goes up to +1.
I am going to pay a CP because I might as well. There's nothing else for me to spend them on. It's actually +1 to your leadership test now.
Okay, so I would now have a leadership of 8. Is that what you're saying?
Yep.
I lost 3, so I need to.
So yeah, a 6 is going to take you out basically. Nope. You're fine.
Oof, close.
It was close, yeah. It doesn't actually -1, it pluses 1 to your test. So let's just work out how that works. Adds 1 to morale tests. So in theory that's a 6, but your leadership would have been a 9 otherwise, is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah, so it works out the
So
same.
I lost 3, so it would actually be yeah. Otherwise it'd be an auto fail.
In fact, there's no point me paying that because of the wording of it there. You couldn't fail it because it adds 1 to your test.
I couldn't fail it, so you take back your CP there.
Yeah, it would make no sense. If it was minusing 1 from your leadership, it's a different thing, but it's plussing
It's a
1,
different story,
to the dice. Okay. Well, end of battle round and absolutely horrible situation for the Tyranids. You can put your points on the board. I have still got a lictor to drop down. There's no way I can win this match. Absolutely no way. However, because we're playing Crusade, I will play this out because what I want to try and do now is not take a battle scar on my lictor. So it's going to work like this. If you want to move it across to my turn, you can put all your points on the board, by the way, which is all of them again. Yep. So, yeah, there's no way I can win on victory points. We'll be calling that on that. But again, because it is Crusade, I want to try and not take any battle scars. So, nothing in my command phase.
Which I think is very unlikely at this rate to, I think, keep any unit alive.
Do you know what? I'm going to actually move these out just to run away. So 6 inches with them. just there. So in the obscuring, I am not going to be dropping my Lictor Rat down in this battle round. I do need to drop him by the last battle round, otherwise it counts as being killed, but I'm not going to be dropping him down. There's going to be no shooting, there's going to be no psychic, there's going to be no charging, and there's going to be no fighting. Over to your turn.
I'm going to have to do some maneuvering now because I know what Patrick's thinking here. His plan is to keep that Licker in Deep Strike until turn 4 or turn 5, drop him down, and then hope that I can't reach him. But I'm not going to let that happen. So, yeah, let's see how this goes. But
I'll come back after your movement.
so I'll finish my movement. I've put all my witches, my suckies back into the raider. Also, in this raider, I've thrown all my witches in too. So I'm essentially just waiting to see where he drops this Lictor. And yeah, I'm going to try pounce on him when he comes down. I'm only going to have one round to do it though. So the only thing that is going to shoot is the Sabrite Warriors, and they're going to shoot into the Ripper Swarms over here. Yeah, so shooting with the 2 Kabalite Warriors into the Ripper Swarm. One is a blaster and one has a splinter rifle. Please ignore what the models have there. So rapid fire with the splinter rifle. And one hits. And does it wound? No wound. Now for the blaster. Blaster hits on a 3. I do get to reroll 1 from Dark. Yep, so hits. Wounding on a 2. Ooh, does not. I am going to reroll that because I've got nothing else to spend my CP on. And rerolls into a 1.
Curse of a reroll.
And that's the curse of the reroll, yeah. So that is all I've got for shooting. And I'm going to go into my charge phase. Charging will be the Sabrites, so I think it's an auto charge. You're not going to have any
so the
problems
Ripper
getting in.
Swarm is going to just growl at you in a menacing way. Add your own sound effects.
Well, he might actually survive this. He probably will. 4 attacks from these guys. Oh, plus 1 from the captain. And yeah, hitting on 3s. In fact, hitting on 2s because of the turn.
Okay.
Wounding on probably 4s. 2 wounds.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Any
It's up to
AP?
you. No AP.
Okay, on 6s. And he makes one. Wow. So he will get to attack back. 3 attacks. No, sorry, 4 attacks. Believe he hits on a 5, is it? Weapon skill 5, yep. So on 5s. Nope, nothing.
No dice.
Well, plenty of dice, just not any good ones.
Yeah. So, I think a quick wrap up on that round before I pass it over. Just, yeah, trying to cover the ground and just waiting to see where this guy drops. And I think the next round's going to be very, very, very boring. So let's just see what Patrick does.
Do you want to put on
pass
your
over to you,
victory
Patrick?
points so we can keep a track of it, although it makes no difference to the game, but just to see how far you actually go up. So it's another 18 onto that. Okie doke.
I think I could have got that math wrong, but
No, that's correct.
okay. Pass on to you, Patrick.
Okay, so for my turn, I'll do this in one take. Let's see how quickly I can do a turn. Movement phase, these are going to fall back and they're going to go somewhere around here. Do you know, I'm not even measuring this properly anymore. No psychic, no shooting, no charge, no fight, no morale, and it's over to your turn.
Yeah. Now, the question is, where is he going to drop this guy?
Obviously, I do need to drop him next turn. And all I'm interested in at the moment is trying to keep him alive so I don't have to take an out of action test with him.
So that's my movement. Going into the shooting phase. Ripper swarms. They're going to take a few shots. I think they're dead.
I think they may be.
Do you want to make me roll for it?
Yep,
2 hits.
I do.
2 wounds.
They're dead.
No AP.
No AP. Oh, okay.
No AP.
Right. 2 sixes. I got one of them. How much damage does it do?
Just 1. So I do miss a boss, so I get to re-roll a hit though. Hits this time. And wounds. Yeah, now he's dead.
Yep, certainly is.
Yeah, there was a lot more shots coming in too. So yeah, that's going to be... I can't do anything else after that turn, so it will be over to you.
And that is 16 points for you this time because you don't control that point. So let's just see how ridiculously high this gets. Pretty ridiculously high. Okay, this is the last turn for the Tyranids. So again, nothing in the command phase and movement phase. The only thing I've got left to do is drop down the Lictor. And as we've discussed, it's probably not going to do too much. However, I've got a couple of things. Okay, well, there's no point using a surprise ambush, but he has got something on him, which is chameleonic skin. So every time a ranged attack is allocated to this model while it's receiving the benefits of cover, add additional 1 to the armor save. But it's seen as his save is actually a 5 normally anyway. It's not going to do me too much good, but I'm just going to place him the back of here, make you work for it a little bit. So he's going to get the benefits of the cover from there. I mean, obviously he's going to be obscured as well, but he will get the benefits of a cover. So it'll just take me to a 4 up for ranged. And that's all that's going to happen in my turn. So passing it back over to you. Going into Druhkari turn 5.
So last round here for Druhkari. Finishing their movement, they have just enclosed this Lictor. I'm going to try to take him out with the shooting. He's dead. There's no question. So basically I'm just going to try decide which unit I want to kill him, because I want to get those experience points onto the unit. And I've been kind of enjoying putting some experience points into the raiders, so I think I might focus on that now. And I'll take a shot first with the wounded raider, or the raider that's got the minus to shooting. So he is hitting on 4s, and he gets to reroll for Blackheart, and he hits, and he's wounding on 3s, or possibly, what's your toughness? Oh, he wounds. So yeah, now you've got 1 dead Lictor.
What's the AP on this?
AP is -4.
Okay. And how much damage does it do?
3 plus D3.
Okay, so he is dead.
So I've got 1 kill there to the raider too.
Okay, so end of the battle round. You get another 16 points and a very clear victory. So that'll take the final scores to 86 points to 0. Have I even killed one of your units?
We needed to do that. No, you haven't killed any of the units.
Okay.
I think the moment that you missed the shot or you didn't kill the raider, there was it.
Yes, I believe so. So we're going to go ahead and do the out of action tests. I haven't killed any of yours, so it's going to be out of actions for all of my things. Okay, so to wrap up the game, we're going to do out of action tests for all of my units, but none of Owen's. So we're starting with a Neurothrope here. He passes it. Onto the Hormagaunts, who pass it. Ripper Swarms, who pass it. Onto the Lictor, who passes it. The Exocrine passes it just. And the Tyrannocyte, who also passes it. So no problems with the out of action, so no battle scars to be taken. So we're going to do the final allocating of points, and we'll see you back after that.
Looking at Druhkari roster here, we'll start with the Archon. Archon has gotten his 1 experience for fighting today, and he's actually got 1 kill, so I'm going to give him that 1 kill. Succubus has gone up to 3 kills, so that's actually going to bring her into her Dealers of Death. So I will give her 1 experience for that, and then another experience for participating in the fight today.
Have you taken it off
Which
the
is-
total, sir, with a Succubus?
Yeah, I take away the melee totals so that I just know when I could go past 3,
Okay.
get rid of it, and then I write Dealers of Death down here in the bottom. This is my way of recording it,
Okay.
so I know that. Yeah, I can never make a mistake of, did I get 2? Did I get 1? I can't remember. Did I put that on or not? It's like...
Okay, fair enough.
Just a
Makes
little bit
sense.
So, Witches won. I think today they didn't. They just participated, so they get 1 experience.
Mm-hmm.
Witches 2 participated, and they got 1 kill. Cavalite Warriors did get 1 kill.
You put them in the wrong rows, but sorting them out.
Is it wrong?
Needs to be in the other row.
Ranged weapons.
Just needs to be in the other row, that's all.
Oh, okay.
So that's for the total, not for the battle.
Both raiders have gotten a kill.
And have you put your experience?
So that is my army's, the general stuff. So for this game, I get 2 marked for greatness.
That's the victory conditions of this mission that we've been playing, so it's really good. You do need to put it on 2 separate units, but it gives you essentially 3 experience points for each one.
Yeah, and also for my agenda, I'm going to score 2 points for each monster that I took down. So that will go on to the Succubus, so I'll do that now too. So Succubus will go up to 5 experience.
You don't get to choose, though. They go on the units that killed it.
Yeah, so Succubus killed one of your transport guy.
Who is a monster, yeah.
Yeah, it was Raider 1 that killed the other guy.
Okay. So that means
So that
that
is going to bring him up.
Yep, the Raider 1 has ranked up. And then you've got your mark for greatness to do. So you get to choose who you're going to do that on. And 2 units.
Yeah, on 2 units. So I might give the other one to my other Raider. So bringing him to 5.
Okay.
And, I mean, either the Succubus or the Archon both are so good. I can't imagine it being as effective on the Succubus, but...
Well, the thing is, if you put it on the Archon, you wouldn't level up. If you put it on the Succubus, you will level up.
That is true. And as for the rest of my models, I could give it to the Witches to level them up.
Yes, you
the
could.
Raiders are where they are. So yeah, it's a kind of a question of who do I give it to. I'm going to give it to my Archon.
Okay.
So I only have 1 roll to make.
Yep, and that's on the Raider 1.
That's on the Raider 1. So I'll make that roll now and see what he
Before
gets.
you do, you have got choices of what you want to use. You could do something with his weapon. Give him a weapon enhancement. I'll just pull out
Oh,
my
with the
big...
raider.
Yeah, because we tend to find that when you're doing weapon enhancements on units that have got multiple weapons, you can only choose one of the weapons of the entire unit, so it's not always worth it. But when it comes to ones with one weapon or something like that, then it can be quite worth it sometimes, so maybe worth checking it out. Let's have a look at what enhancements you could have.
Take a quick
I
look.
mean, it will be from the list, obviously, unless you've got anything special in your codex.
So as far as I'm aware, in the codex, there was nothing for vehicles.
Now, he already has got auto loader on him. So
He
if
has
you
auto
rolled
loader.
that, you would be rolling for another one because you can't have it twice. But there is armor piercing. So it gives an increase to the AP. High caliber. Add one to the strength characteristic. Improve sights. Add one to the hit roll. I suppose that's the most useful.
Can you give a weapon more upgrades?
That is a good point, actually. No. You cannot select a weapon that has already been enhanced by this battle armor, nor can you select a weapon that is a relic or crusade. So, no. Okay, that kind of solves that one.
So maybe you'll be looking at the vehicle.
Yep. Well, if you want to go ahead and roll it, I shall tell you what you get.
Sure. 5.
Repair systems. Vehicles in this unit regain 1 lost wound at the start of each of your command phase.
Okay, not bad. Definitely not bad.
You will go up another crusade point on this as well.
Yep.
So it's Raider 1, isn't it? You need to just record that in your battle honours. And it is called Repair Systems.
Yeah, the real battle is remembering it.
Oh, just write it down here in the battle honours. What I tend to do is actually write a reference, so just put core page 319 and call it Repair Systems. But yeah, remembering to actually do it is the thing. We always find this when we're going through our crusades, that the more things you get on them, the harder it is to remember everything that they've got.
No, he's going to be costing me a lot to take out every time with that 2 crusade points. So I believe that is all my roster work done.
Okay, so we shall go over to the scoring. So after that horrible mission for the Tyranids, it's going to look like this. The Dark Eldar are going to be getting a win for the primary. They're going to get a Warlord kill. They're going to get a 75% army kill, and they're going to get an all agendas achieved. And the Tyranids are going to get nothing. So the score so far for this crusade stands at 10 points to the Druhkari and 1 point to the Tyranids. At this moment, it's not looking so good for the Tyranids. Now, we are still in the combat patrol stage of this. We've got one more match to play at 500 points. I'm hoping I'm not so far behind before we get to the larger point games that I can't get it back. It's going to be an uphill struggle, I've got to say. So this is a call for help. If anybody is a more experienced Tyranid player than I am, which wouldn't take much, please give me some ideas of what I can do at 500 points for my next match to not get killed as much as I have done right now. Anything would be welcome. Please post that in the comments. Thanks for joining us for this game. We'll see you back for the next one. And as ever, please like and subscribe, share the video around. It really helps our channel to do so. And we shall see you for the next one.